What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy J Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up. Yo, Cowboys Nation, I hope that you have licked your wounds. You've recovered. You got it all out yesterday. Because I know a lot of people online was frustrated about that Dallas Cowboys loss. But at the end of the day, Cowboys Nation, we are still going to the playoffs. And here's what I was saying online on Twitter at JTuck151. Don't let other people steal your joy. This is the first time that the Dallas Cowboys have gone to consecutive playoffs back-to-back years since, 95, 96, since Chan Gailey. Chan Gailey was the last coach to do that. Some of y'all don't even know who Chan Gailey is if you're watching this channel. So don't act like what the Dallas Cowboys have accomplished is just some small feat that you can take for granted, because here in Dallas, you definitely can't do that. So we're in the playoffs. Now, are there some things that we need to fix and get better at? Absolutely, and we're going to talk about it on this channel. But to act like the Dallas Cowboys backed into the playoffs after losing their starting quarterback, after losing their starting left tackle to start the season off, and still make the playoffs with 3 games remaining in December, this is a testament to this year's team, to Mike McCarthy, and there's still a lot of football left. And we gonna ride, Cowboys Nation. But like I said, we do have some issues. And I ain't going to even hold y'all, Cowboys Nation, when it comes to this Dallas Cowboys team. This cornerback 2 position, I don't know. So we know that we did lose Jourdan Lewis, who was our nickel guy, but Jourdan Bland, the rookie, has stepped in and played well. He is leading the team with interceptions. Salute to Jourdan Bland. But we also lost Anthony Brown, and we dropped videos on this channel about Anthony Brown. I know a lot of people, when it comes to Anthony Brown, you either hate him, you love him, you don't like him. But what I was saying, if he goes down, we are in a tricky situation. So, after we lost Anthony Brown, it felt like Kelvin Joseph, our second-round draft pick in last year's draft, was going to get the nod to be the outside corner. Didn't play too bad versus the Texans. But let's be honest, and that's what we do on this channel. We keep it a buck, good, the bad, the ugly. He did not play well yesterday, and eventually it led to him being pulled from the game. And, I kind of noticed a scene yesterday where they were kind of talking through, Al Harris was talking to the defense on the sideline, and you kind of saw Kelvin Joseph, arms folded, kind of in pout mode, right? But this is what happens. And then also Jourdan Kerr said in his postgame yesterday, hey, this is the NFL. This is the big boy league. We do not have the time to baby anybody. We expect you to come in and be prepared, and we cannot have any drop-offs. Now, I'm not saying he was talking particularly to Kelvin Joseph, but I was saying he said his comments. We kind of saw what happened in the game. Kelvin Joseph later deleted his Instagram, and we know how much he loves his Instagram. So I kind of put my thinking cap on and connected the dots. But I feel like Kelvin Joseph got his opportunity that a lot of people were waiting on, and he just didn't seize the moment. So you even saw Nahshon Wright get out there. Nahshon Wright did play well. He held it down. He did have a little concussion in overtime, but I think he's still going to be able to give it a go. But the question I'm being asked now, so Tuck, what options do we have, right? So the Dallas Cowboys did bring in Trayvon Mullen out of Clemson. I'm sick of Clemson, man. I'm sick of them Clemson guys. Y'all know I'm a Nove. I'm sick of them Clemson guys. I definitely remember Mullen from Clemson. I also remember T-Law from Clemson as well. Also, Mackenzie Alexander, former second-round pick, Clemson. And then you also have Kendall Sheffield, veteran from Atlanta, who is familiar with Dan Quinn. So that's who we already have in-house. So I know a lot of Cowboys fans see that. That doesn't really boost their confidence. But, I just want a real veteran guy out there that we can trust. I feel like even if Anthony Brown had his struggles, at least I know I can kind of trust him to be in the proper spot. Now, will he get beat deep a little bit here and there? Yeah, absolutely. But I just don't trust. I did not trust Anthony Brown to have constant mental lapses out there on the field. And we saw that yesterday. If you go into the scouting report we did versus Jacksonville, I said communication was going to be key, because what did we see? Exactly what I showed you guys. A lot of crossing routes. You have to be on point, especially in man coverage. But some other names are floating out there. You have Joe Hayden that's kind of out there that some people are mentioning. Chris Harris, former KU guy, played for the Denver Broncos. AJ Bouye is a name that I kind of like, who played for the Jacksonville Jaguars, so I know a lot of people are familiar with him. You also have Kevin King, who played for Green Bay. He's out there available. A young guy. You can still get some years off of his contract, so you might be able to bring him in. Another name, and I know we're kind of talking about off the field issues or whatnot, DeAndre Baker. I know a lot of people's been asking about DeAndre Baker. I know he has his off the field problem, especially when he's in Kansas City. But, are you willing to take the risk at this juncture of the season? Also, Desmond Trufant, who Dan Quinn is familiar with. He has played for Dan Quinn in Seattle, so he's definitely familiar with that system. And then you also have another guy, some guys brought up to me earlier, Daryl Worley, who was a part of the Dallas Cowboys 2020 team. We don't talk about that defense, but, I feel like Daryl Worley was okay, but he's just a guy. So when you look at the names, right, and I'm not really sure on Hayden, if he's even available. I really didn't look too deep, but you have Joe Hayden. I would be okay with Joe Hayden, Kevin King, AJ Bouye. Those would probably be my 3 available options if the Dallas Cowboys wanted to go get a cornerback. But it sounds like from Dan Quinn's conference today, he said it's open season. He says open competition. He didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't come out and say, hey, Kelvin's my guy. We're going to ride with him. He deserves the opportunity. We didn't get any of that, right? He clearly said when it comes to this cornerback 2 position, when, honestly, you can say Deron Bland's a cornerback 2, even though he's playing inside, right? There's open competition. So my guy, Professor O, has asked this question, and I'm going to ask you guys this question as well in the chat. So comment below. Let me know how you guys think about this. We do have Marquise Bell, who's another safety that we got as an undrafted free agent out of the University of FAMU. But we also have Israel Wikwamu, who was a converted cornerback to safety. And we've seen him play safety, but he played corner at South Carolina. He's a big, physical type Dan Quinn guy prototype. He just hasn't played corner at the NFL level. He's just played safety. So would you consider letting Izzy play outside corner and rolling with that? So what do I think is going to happen, Cowboys Nation? I feel like right now you might see Nashawn Wright on Sunday if he's able to go from concussion, and then Mullen and Mackenzie Alexander and Sheffield will kind of compete for that opportunity. But it's something we definitely have to keep our eye on, because I feel like Kelvin Joseph at this point, he's just out. I feel like there's something that happened yesterday where the Cowboys didn't, he already had to build up that trust. But I feel like yesterday he just didn't step up and answer the call. And I feel like the Cowboys are kind of out on him, out the cornerback position. Special teams, he's still that gunner. He's played well. So do they still consider him a special teams ace? And that's why they're going to keep on the roster. Remains to be unseen. But I'll say for this right now, I highly doubt that you'll see Kelvin Joseph out there playing corner for the foreseeable future. I feel like you might going to see Nashawn Wright, maybe Mullen and Mackenzie Alexander kind of give it a go in rotation and see who really steps up. But we are going to need someone to step up, because Trayvon Diggs, he ain't even getting tested. He's like 24th in targets this year. They're not even throwing Trayvon Diggs this way, and rightfully so. Because I remember last year, people said that Trayvon Diggs gave up way too many yards. Now he's not even being tested. It's funny how that all works, but you know how things go in Dallas. It's your boy J Tuck. Let me know down below, how do you feel about this cornerback 2 position? What can we do to fix this issue? Is there any names that I may have missed that you think is available? Let me know. We can always chop up the film. Gotta know how we do on this channel, CFO Sports. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and we need to go get a corner ASAP, Cowboys Nation. Peace.